Queen's Park. I want to admit to one thing. I think, yes, the Conservatives and us are both annoyed, but we're not on the same page, and I want to be straight. How do you like privatization so far? 320% increase on your hydro bills since they started to privatize the generation side of hydro. That's why you're paying more. And the fight is not 3 years from now. The fight is now. The government now proposes it's going to privatize 60% of Hydro One, which is only going to drive the price even further. And I'm here to tell you, Andrea Horvath and you Democrats are the only party who are opposed to privatization because it leads to higher prices. And the fight is now to be able to turn this government around. Woohoo! Now, we need to do the work that has to be done in order to beat them back. You remember, Mike Harris tried this along with Ernie Eves some years ago. People like you gathered at Queen's Park. You went to rallies all over Ontario. You came to legislative committees. You signed petition. And guess what happened? They backed down because the public put the pressure on and the government had to listen. If you wait 3 years from now, you're going to get exactly what you got now. And I'll be straight with you. You have to stop this government in its tracks, and you have to say, we don't want to see Hydro One sold off, and we need to stop it now, and we ask you to join with us, sign petitions, go to our websites, ask for standing at the Standing Committee by 4 o'clock tomorrow at the Finance Committee to be able to have your say on Ontario Hydro. Mes amis, and I'm going to do this in French parce qu'on a beaucoup de monde francophone ici. C'est important de dire ceci en français que tout le monde comprend. Premièrement, oui, c'est vrai, les néo-démocrates, les conservateurs sont ensemble quand ça vient à battre le gouvernement libéraux. Mais on n'est pas sur la même page quand ça vient à la privatisation de Hydro One. Jusqu'à date, on a vu 320% d'augmentation sur nos factures. Pourquoi? Parce que le gouvernement provincial a privatisé dans le secteur de génération. Là, ils proposent qu'ils vont privatiser 60% du système de Hydro One, qui est la transmission et la distribution. Assez, c'est assez. Enough is enough. On a besoin d'arrêter cette affaire-là aujourd'hui, non 3 ans d'astère. 10-15 ans passés, le gouvernement conservateur avait essayé de privatiser. C'est vous autres, le public, qui vous avez organisé, vous avez mis ensemble, vous avez signé les pétitions, vous avez fait des démonstrations, vous avez venu au comité législatif pour avoir votre voix entendue, et le gouvernement de Mike Harris et Ernie Eves ont reculé sur la privatisation. Si on ne veut pas que nos factures continuent à augmenter, la bataille est aujourd'hui et non dans 3 ans. Joignez-nous avec nous et battez le gouvernement de Madame, on va avoir le gouvernement de Mme Horvath. Battons le gouvernement de Mme Wynne et s'assurer qu'on arrête cette affaire ici aujourd'hui, qu'on arrête nos factures à augmenter telles qu'on voit aujourd'hui. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
I don't speak French, but that excited me. I got to tell you, very, very passionate, very good fighter. Our next speaker, Peter Tabuns. Here's a guy that he's worked with energy groups. He's worked with all different sectors. He's very concerned about what's going on. He's a past city councillor. He's a climate change guru, if you will. He's a consensus builder. And let's hear it from Peter. Thank you, Peter.
Yay! Woo!
Thank you. It's good to see all of you here today, because this is a government that doesn't listen to anything but people in large numbers saying that they're going to stop their plans. This is a government that for over a decade has not listened to you. But you have made enough noise that they want to get as far away from you as they possibly can.
Woohoo!
They want to sell off Hydro One. They want to continue the job that Mike Harris and Ernie Eves tried to do. They want to succeed. And when they do that, if they do that, when you come here, they'll say, don't bother coming to see us. Go to Bay Street. Go to Wall Street. They're the ones who are running the show now. They don't want you to have any democratic input into our electricity system. They want to make sure the Auditor General doesn't get to look at the books. They want to make sure the Ombudsman doesn't get to stand up for you when you get beaten up on a misread bill. They want to make sure every democratic protection that exists now is swept away, so that a small number of companies make a fortune out of your pockets. Out of your pockets. I have to say to all of you, the fight to stop this plan to privatize Hydro One and dramatically increase the rate of price rises is something that we have to fight today and every day. Ernie Eves and Mike Harris had to back off on privatizing Hydro One because people rose up, spoke out, and fought. You can do the same. Together, we'll fight this plan.
Woo! Woo!
Thank you very much, Peter. Appreciate that. Our next guest, Wayne Gates. I was just looking at his mustache. I don't know how it keeps so dark. Mine is like white. Very distinguished. Wayne Gates, Niagara Falls. He's going to say a few words. I'm a Niagara Falls, born and raised Niagara Falls, so I'm looking forward to hearing what this gentleman has to say.
You two can have a mustache this dark. All you have to do is color it. Just going to throw you out. Well, first of all, I want to thank my colleagues for speaking. And it's my understanding the Conservatives went before us. The NDP's next, and I'm sure there's a lot of Liberals that are probably running to the mic here today. They're not here. They're not here. I want to talk because it's very, very important. I know there's a lot of people from rural Ontario here. And I want to talk more about my riding. Because it's not just rural Ontario problem. It's not just a problem up north. It's a problem everywhere in the province of Ontario. It's a problem for our seniors who can't afford their hydro bill every week. They don't even want to meet the middleman because they're scared it's going to go up and they don't have the resources to pay for their hydro bill. It's absolutely disgusting that our seniors have to live from day to day, from week to week because of our hydro bills when we have so much of it right here in the province of Ontario. I want to talk about small business, big business. I've met with sub-owners who are a lot family-owned, just like the farmers that we have here and in my riding. And you know what's happened? They can't hire anybody. They're going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and they're working until 10 o'clock at night, where they used to have a student or a job for somebody. They have to stay there and work because their hydro bill is going up $300 and $400 a month. So they can't even hire in the province of Ontario. I want to talk about the hotel owners in my riding. Now think about this. They probably didn't vote for Wayne Gates in the election. They probably did. They're extremely rich. They're hotel owners. They're awful important to the economy in Niagara Falls. But here's what they did. They called me last week and they said, Gatesy, what are we going to do? Because they said during the day, you can don't do your washing, don't do this. Well, guess what? People that are coming to Niagara Falls, and there's 14 million tourists that come to Niagara Falls every single year. Is he going to have to turn out the lights in the hotels where they can't, and the air conditioning during the summer months? So they're saying it's wrong. So I want to say to you, the issue here is clear, that we have an abundance of hydro in the province of Ontario. We have to make sure, and I want to say to everybody here that took time out of their busy schedule, we are going to fight to the last breath to stop the privatization of hydro. Make no mistake about it. If they privatize hydro in the province of Ontario, your rates are going to go up. And does anybody here, I don't know how long I got, but does anybody here know who owns hydro? We do. What gives Wynne the right? What gives her the right to sell off our hydro without talking to the residents of the province of Ontario? We own it. We deserve to have the right to say we don't want her to sell it. She has to go through us to sell it, and she certainly didn't run when they come into Niagara Falls and they had meetings in Fort Erie. Not once, because I was at the meetings. I attended the budget meetings. Not once did they say they're going to sell hydro. Not once did they say they're going to sell hydro, yet they say it every day at question period. You can win this battle. You can force this government to have affordable hydro rates for not only ourselves, but for our